Hello, and welcome to Day 2 of the Cancer Companions 2018 Virtual Annual Campaign. I am so excited that you're here. My name's Tripp. I'm the president and founder of Cancer Companion, and today I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to be able to share with you what's it like to be able to run a nonprofit. Well, hey, I'll tell you what. One of the big things that happens with running a nonprofit is that there's an expectation that I'm able to go out and get contributions. So to figure out how to do that, I end up talking with consultants. Do you know what their favorite question is? Honestly, they like to look at me and say something like, "So, Karen, if you had a whole bucket of money, what would you do with it?" Well, that's a great question. It used to be that I really didn't know. I was so focused on knowing that I needed more people involved in the ministry, I didn't understand how the money could help that to happen. But now, I'll tell you, I can see that the money can help me with my biggest concern with this ministry. Do you know what my biggest concern is? My biggest concern is that we need people coping with cancer to not just know who we are, but that we're here to meet them right where they need us. Do you know what makes me crazy? I'll tell you. What makes me crazy is that, well, let's say that there's this team of volunteers, all right? They have ended up going through the training. They've become facilitators for Cancer Companions. They've set their date. They're going to run their very first group. They go, they show up, and nobody's there. Gosh, I hate it when that happens. It doesn't happen very often, but every once in a while it does. And when it does, it teaches me two things. The first thing that it teaches me is that we're not doing a good enough job of getting the word out to people that this is who we are and this is how these incredible Cancer Companions can bless people's lives. And you know what? The second thing that it teaches me that sometimes, just sometimes, we're not putting their needs first, but we're putting our needs of how we want to serve first. You know, you run into people and they're not ready to go to a group, or they're not interested of having you come by and visit. But maybe we could find a way to connect with this person, this family that's coping with cancer, with just the smallest gesture and yet the most powerful. Think about that. It's prayer. What if we had a cancer prayer partner? What if we had a cancer prayer partner who could end up reaching out to a person once a week just to be able to find out, hey, is there anything new I can pray for you? Think about that consistency, whether it's through text or notes or emails or whatever, phone calls, checking in and finding out how folks are doing and just saying, is there anything new I can pray for you? What's happening is a relationship is being built through these notes and these cards and scriptures and devotional links and who knows what all they're doing to provide encouragement. We're having relationships being built that make a difference in those folks' lives. And when that happens, we can continue to fill them with encouragement and scripture and fellowship and, of course, prayer. So, how can money end up helping us for this new program, this way of touching people's lives in such a wonderful, simple, yet powerful way? Well, that bucket of money that we talked about at the beginning of the video, it doesn't have to be a very big one, but we've found that if we could end up doing an ad campaign, what a difference could that end up making? What if we put together materials just to be able to use in churches, to be able to use in social media, as well as to use on Christian music platforms like Spotify and Pandora? Can you imagine? Can you imagine the impact that something like that would make? And so I want to ask you, could you take a little time today to think about the impact something like this could have on the lives of people coping with cancer? And could you pray about whether or not the Lord is asking you to contribute to make this impact? We would appreciate your contributions to Cancer Companions. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your consideration.